Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Well, hey, it's been a minute. You probably all were wondering, why don't he write? Well, I've been away because over the last couple months, I've been making all these recipes, and as you guys know, with these recipes, oftentimes they're big, right? And so we ended up freezing half of it. We put that away in the freezer while the freezer was kind of busting at the seams, and so we had to kind of cut through some of those leftovers. And with food prices so crazy right now, it was nice to get through some of that stuff and use what we had before making anything new. So that's where I've been, but I'm back and I'm glad to be back now. And thanks as always for coming back and joining me. As you can see, my little um, four-leaf clover luck charm here is sitting with me, my Luna, and that kind of gets us to what we have something special this week. And that special day is, of course, St. Patrick's Day is on Thursday. And I bet most of you could probably guess what we are going to do this week. Well, I'm going to tell you, we are going to do, of course, a corned beef and fixings. And how we do that is that's a slow cooker meal, right? So we're going to start that in the morning and cut up a bunch of veggies and that corned beef in there. Oh, it's going to be happy. It's going to get all cooking slow for 8 or 10 hours. End of the day, it's going to be great. Now, of course, you're probably thinking Wednesday. Wait, why are you going to do this Wednesday? St. Patrick's Day is Thursday. Well, I'm going to be out of town Thursday for a work thing. And so, but I'm not going to miss my corned beef. So that's why I'm going to make it tomorrow and celebrate that way. Um, so it should be really good. I'm looking forward to showing you guys how to whip that up. And like I said before, hope everybody's having a good week. Hey, cheers. Uh, Luna is having a good day today. As always, we're enjoying ourselves. And so, okay, like I said, tomorrow morning, when I bring you guys back, we will go over with what we're working with, and I'll show you how to get that all prepared. We'll get that in the slow cooker, and it'll be great. So, everybody have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
And good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is having a good morning, pre St. Patrick's Day Eve today. And so, as I mentioned last night, I'm going to show you guys what we are working with today. And of course, the star of our show there is that beautiful corned beef. And the beautiful thing is that it comes from the grocery store pre-corned, so you're good to go there. A little corned beef humor for you. Anyway, of course, we've got our potatoes over there. We've got a variety of organic potatoes. I like the different colors. We got some red, some of the purple potatoes, the traditional regular potatoes there. So those are going to be good. Going to do a rough chop on those. We're going to rinse those off, of course, as well as the carrots. One thing, normally with those carrots back there, I like to peel those. But however, in this dish, I like the more rustic taste. So I'm going to cut the ends off, but then I'm going to leave that peel on there, dice those up, go to enough nice rough dice on there, and those are going to go in that crock pot as well. Of course, we got our onion we're going to chop up there, some spices back there. We've got our pepper and salt, our thyme, some granulated garlic, oregano, and some basil. And you'll notice that little packet back there. Whenever you get a corned beef from the store, it has a little tiny packet of pickling spices in there, and those really do something nice to your dish. So look out for that packet when you're making your corned beef. A little non-traditional item back there is our sweet peppers. I'm going to put a couple of those in there for color. I think that'll be cool. Just dice those up nice and small. Like I said, primarily for color, but those should add a nice little flavor component as well. Then we've got our garlic over there. We're going to do a little rough chop on as well too. So final item is I've got some fresh chicken stock going here, and I just simmered that down. And what that's going to do is that's going to cover our corned beef in our crock pot. And you can use water, of course, as well, but I just think the chicken stock works pretty nicely. So we're going to do that as well. When I bring you guys back, I will show you how we're going to get this together. Be back in a bit. Okay, guys, and we are back. As you can see, we've got our corned beef into the slow cooker. So that's going to be get ready. Let's start off with our onions here. We're just going to layer those around the sides, and those were just coarsely chopped yellow onion in there. And you'll notice with all the veggies today, everything is kind of coarsely chopped because it adds to the rustic character of this dish. This is kind of it's just, it just works better with like kind of larger cuts of vegetables. I just think it makes for a final, better product. So let's get that. Let's get a little layer of the peppers on this layer. These are those sweet bell peppers. We got some orange and red ones. We'll put some of those on the the top. Once we're done, we got some of our coarsely chopped garlic here, and that's going to happen is over the course of the day, that's going to basically melt into all this, and it's going to turn out really, really tasty. We got that in. Let's go in with our potatoes. Okay, like I said, those are also coarsely chopped there. And then, of course, our potatoes. I think I might have said potatoes, but I've said carrots. And then we've got our potatoes here. Let's get those down. And like I said, we've got a mix of the red potatoes and the yellow potatoes and also the blue potatoes, which are really good. And then we'll finish that off on the top with a little bit of the rest of that, those peppers in there, and that works out pretty well. Okay, let's go down with our spices now. We've got, of course, I mentioned the pickling spice that came with the corned beef. Let's get that mixed in there, and that really does add a really, really nice flavor at the end there. So watch out for that little spice packet. We got some basil. Get in with some basil. How much? About that much. Okay. Oregano. Go down with some of that. Just want to fully cover the top. So all the flavors are going to meld through the course of the day. So we've got our granulated garlic, because we like that, in addition to our minced garlic. Get some of that down. Our thyme. Okay. Oh boy, we got so much. We're going to have a flavor explosion here with all this stuff. And then just a little bit of pepper and salt. Remember, there's a lot of salt already on the corned beef curing liquid, so it doesn't need a ton of salt. But then, of course, you do have a lot of potatoes and other things in here which would do well with the salt. But so you can, like I said, always say you can always add more, but you can't take it away. So okay, that's going to be that. Now, finally, we're going to come in with that fresh chicken stock, and what we're going for here is we just want to cover that corned beef down in there somewhere. And of course, that's going to wash over all those spices and herbs, which is good, which is what we want. And man, that looks just about to be perfect in terms of our liquid. So that's great. Okay, now we're going to get this on high for maybe 6-7 hours, and then I'm going to drop that down to low for the remainder of the cook. Maybe we'll end up with about a 10-hour cook time today. And when I bring you guys back this evening, I will show you what we ended up with. Be back later today. Hope everyone has a great day. Okay, guys, and we are back. You're about ready to see corned beef deliciousness all up in front of you. So the smell coming off of this is we're on about a 10-hour cook right now. It's just fantastic. So if the taste is going to be any as good as the smell, we're in for a real treat. So let's start with this. Let's take the lid off here. And that's going to be toasty, toasty. So let's get that out of the way. And then let's get our veggies out of there so we can get at our corned beef. And you guys can see that looks so yummy. We've got our carrots and our potatoes, and that is going to be great. Now, you might be asking yourself, Dave, well, you're missing a huge staple of the corned beef and cabbage corned beef experience. And you're right. I am not a huge fan of the cabbage. And so we're going to miss that. But I will tell you a secret. And the secret is that see all this beautiful liquid here that's been reserved over the course of the day? You can get, once you get your corned beef out of there and your veggies, you can use that liquid to boil up that cabbage. And oh, that will be a treat because you will have all those beautiful flavors that have just been melding all day long go right into that cabbage, and that's going to be very good. So we've got enough of the veggies out in order to access our corned beef. So I'll move that over to the side. Let's get our tool here. Oh, look how oh my God, it's falling apart. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, so let's put that over here on our cutting board. And of course, we don't want any of that fat on there on the top. So we will just kind of cut that off of there. Oh, or attempt to. Oh, there it goes. That's a section. I mean, now there is some meat there, and we'll probably try to salvage that. But there's also a lot of fat, and I don't really want all that. So as you guys can see, this is just, I mean, you don't even really need a knife. It just falls apart. And that's exactly what we wanted. So that turned out perfectly. When I'm going to get some of this cut up, I'm going to get a plate set out. I'm going to show you guys how to plate this. So hold on and turn on that smell-o-vision, and we will be back in a bit. Okay, guys, so as you can see here, we've got our corned beef on the plate here. Now we got some of these beautiful um, veggies here. We've got our potatoes and our carrots. Let's get some of those down. And what I like to do, that looks to be about right, is if you kind of can get the, oh, look at that, guys. Just beautiful. Just so fork tender. And wow. So what we're going to do here now, we're getting a little of this butter. All right. Ooh, right over the top of there. A little bit of butter. Okay. Let that melt on there. And wow, with the contrast of flavor between all those beautiful um, juices that have been cooking all day and with all these veggies, it's just gonna be fantastic. Let's get a little pepper and salt down on that. And of course, don't you worry, my Luna will definitely get a little bit of uh, corned beef tonight. So I like a little bit of the creamy horseradish on here. So let's get a little bit of that down. All right. And then I've also got some honey mustard, which I think goes really well with this. So that's kind of what this is looking like. Another way this goes really well is if you want to make this into a little corned beef sandwich. Oh man, that would be great. Um, and actually, I'm going to repurpose this later this week. I'm not going to tell you guys what I'm going to do, but I'm actually going to make another beautiful dish with some of these leftovers. And so that'll be something to look forward to later this week. But for right now, it looks great, smells great, but you never know till that big bite. So hang on, we'll be back in a bit with that.
Okay, guys, moment of truth here. Well, you guys saw it. We've got our corned beef and we've got our potatoes and carrots, the butter, and oh boy, and oh, it's just let's go in for the main event first. Let's try this corned beef. I don't think we're gonna be disappointed at all. All right, let's dive in. We'll get a little bit of this horseradish and a little bit of honey mustard on there. Mmm, 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 mmm. That is dynamite. Um, you just get this really rich flavor from the corned beef mixed with those sauces. It's so tender. I'm gonna go in for another one. Oh, another one. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. So that is dynamite. Let's go in for some of these veggies because I have a feeling they're gonna be just as good. Let's go in for this potato. Mm. Okay. Stop. Wow. That is so good. You can just taste the flavor of all those herbs and the liquids and the juices from the corned beef soaking into those veggies. It's just so good. And then you got a little bit of butter for some richness. It is just fantastic. Mm. What a treat. What a way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. I hope that you all can try this recipe. I hope everybody has a wonderful St. Patrick's Day. As always, thank you so much for continuing to come back to the channel, checking out my videos. I love sharing these recipes with all of you, and it's just such a fun experience. So, on that note, if not already, and you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Always appreciated. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up, and if you would like see further videos down the road, get those notifications. Hit that bell. It helps a lot. So, on that note, guys, happy St. Patrick's Day later this week or tomorrow, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.